Daily Broadside day 799. You ever be sitting in a restaurant and you've got like that much water left in your glass and you know you're not quite done, and you bring over, and the guy comes over or the girl and they're like, can I get you more water? And you instantly, because you don't want to inconvenience them and make them have to go get the water and make another trip, you just decide that, no, I'm good. I can make it with that much water. And as soon as they walk away, you instantly regret your decision. You're like, this is what they get paid to do. They don't mind getting water. Just drink the water. If you need water, get water. You know, I don't know why we do, or at least I do that all the time. It's like once you get to a certain part of the cup and you're nearing the end of whatever you're eating, it's like, I'll make it. I can fast the rest of the way. I don't know if fasting refers to beverages, but I just used it that way. I've got a clock in my house. It's on my nightstand. It's an alarm clock. And I've had this style. It's probably the third one I've had. I like the LED to shoot up on the ceiling so that if I wake up in the night, I can just look up and I can tell the time. So the time is always on the ceiling. I like that, right? I've been doing that for 20 some years. It's handy to not have to roll over and look at some bright clock. You just see some red numbers up on your ceiling. I encourage you to try it. But it is this version of this alarm clock, because alarm clocks eventually die or they get too dim, you just gotta throw them away and get a new one. Anyway, this version is very difficult to change the time, and every 6 months where I gotta adjust the time, I gotta go back and relearn how to do it, because it's not like just an hour and minute button. You gotta like hold this, move this, and then with your pinky, like it's a thing, right? So this time when we fell back a couple months ago, I just left it, I was like, screw it. If I wake up, I know to take an hour away or add an hour. I can't remember what I did, but I knew if it was 5:45, it was really 4:45 or whatever it was. I knew it was an hour difference. So I just dealt with it, right? Well, I woke up about a week or so ago and the clock was right. Now, this is by no means a smart clock, okay? This thing's probably 10 years old. The smartest thing it has is it has an a USB adapter on the back where you can charge a phone or something. That's about as complicated as and technically savvy as it gets. Nevertheless, I looked up and it was like, 6:03, and I was like, I look at my phone and it's 6:03. Now, I'm not quite sure what happened in the night, but I know I didn't change the phone, and I was by myself, so nobody else changed the phone. In fact, nobody had been at my house in a couple days, so no one changed the phone. So I can't wrap my head around how an allegedly dumb alarm clock was able to change itself 3 months after it needed to change it. So I needed to change it. Feel free to fill me in on what kind of witchcraft I've got going on my nightstand, you know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing in life that is it's something we don't appreciate enough. But as soon as you eat it, you remember to yourself, this might be one of the finest foods on planet Earth. And that's Cool Whip, okay? Cool Whip. I mean, my parents couldn't keep it in the house because I would just get a spoon and eat the entire container. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of magic they make that stuff out of. All I know is that it is absolutely delightful, and you never think to buy it unless you're making some kind of like cherry pie that needs a topping, you know what I mean? Like not a lot of people buy it. Even frozen, I've eaten it frozen. It's delectable. And a little pro tip from me to you: if you like Wendy's Frosties, stop buying them. Okay, just make them at your house. It's condensed milk, it's chocolate milk, it's Cool Whip. You can blend them together. Voila, you got a Frosty. Go out in the yard and play. Like it's just not. It's crazy how simple and delectable that concoction is. But yeah, Cool Whip, man. I feel like from henceforth, I'm gonna have to just buy a thing of Cool Whip, and I think they got flavor. I think they got like chocolate Cool Whip and all kinds of stuff now. Oh, the times we're living in. But yeah, I just need to buy it every time I go to the grocery store. I spent $255 at the grocery store the other day. Asked me if I got any Cool Whip. I did not. I did not get one thing of it. But then I went to someone's house, and they had a bowl on their counter that had like some Cool Whip remnants and a couple strawberries left over. And I was like, this person's been eating strawberries and Cool Whip, and I am just a complete loser because I didn't even buy Cool Whip. So I'm just saying, that's just where I'm going in life. We're headed down, and that leads you to Ready Whip. I conned my parents or my mom into buying a can of Ready Whip when I was a kid, and it might have made it an hour after we got home. I was just, you're just sitting there drinking the whole thing. I don't even know. It's like when they came out with Parquet squeeze butter. I mean, I was going through like a bottle of that stuff a week. You ever had Parquet squeeze? Remember Parquet squeeze butter? And you'd have corn, and you're just like, good God, the corn can't be yellow enough. You know what I mean? And I was just in the Up store. I'm still here, actually. I'm in the parking lot. But I just saw an exact facsimile of an ex of mine, except she was a brunette instead of a blonde. And I wasn't able to get a stealth photo of her. Now she's gone forever, because I was going to send it to my ex and be like, hey, you've got a doppelganger with dark hair over here. It's so neat when you run across a doppelganger. Doppelgangers are the coolest thing ever. It even sounds fun to say doppelganger. But anyway, anybody think that Melania Trump looked like Carmen Sandiego the other day in the what do you call it, the inauguration? So that is a stoic looking woman. Just the thin eyes and the no facial expression whatsoever. Donald will look at her and kind of make her smile, and she goes back to, she's just very stoic. But she looked like Melania Sandiego. Anyway, y'all have a good one, Kitty.